Hi there, PSA India. Darren here. I just wanted to follow up my session in Mumbai with a little bit of an extra insight for you because being in the audience, it's really important to be able to collect a whole lot of information. But how cool is it to be able to get a follow-up component to that session just to remind you of some of the things that are really important to grow a fantastic speaking business? Now, in my sessions, there's a word that I put up at the start. Can you remember what it was? That's right, implementation. So I really focus on this word implementation in all of my sessions with all of my clients because I really want to give them a sense of making sure that we are getting things done and changed to create a better result. So implementation, since the sessions, that all those content sessions that you were provided and all that, those insights, all those notes that you took, I want to ask you, what have you done with them? Now, it might be straight after the event, but I just want you to get really focused on thinking which parts or which bits of the information, which of the components do I need to implement into my business to make my business stronger and create a better outcome. So thinking about that. Another one is just thinking about building your business. And I know this is a topic that I really want to encourage you to think about. Really think about your speaking business as a business and think about the individual components with it and how you can start to have requirements in your business in those different units and starting to get those units to really perform at a much higher level. So having a think about that. I guess probably one of the ones for me is just getting you to think about that sales component. So in a speaking business, we really always really enjoy the opportunity to be on a stage or be in a room or to lead the conversation. But one of the key parts of a speaking business is the ability to find those opportunities. So what we're going to do is really look at our sales department within our business and make sure that it's performing at a pretty strong level. So I really want you to encourage you to have to think about what your business structure is, what's happening in those business units, and especially focusing on that sales department. The next one I just want you to think about is creating the opportunities. And I really get teams, and especially in the speaking industry, is to get them thinking about how to generate more opportunities. The first one for me that I really wanted to emphasize was the ability just to let the marketplace know that you even exist. Many times people say to me, Darren, I want to speak about a particular topic, but the phone's not ringing, no one's booking me. And when you talk to people in that particular industry sector, no one even knows that that speaker is available, is or even relevant to that industry sector. So what I want you to do first of all is to think about how you're going to be seen in your market or in your target markets more often, so people know that you are a speaker in that industry sector. The second one is how many times are you connecting with people in that sector? So for me and many of my industries, I am purposefully connecting with them on a regular basis, just so that that industry sector is aware that I'm active, that I'm connected with them, I understand their challenges, and where I can provide support, I do that. And then last of all, the ability to create and really show the perceived value. So one of the things you want to be doing all the time is to show your audiences what you're doing, the content that you've got, the topics that you're talking about, what's resonating with industry all the time. So just have a think about your social media feed, thinking about the conversations you're having with your potential customers and future customers. Give them insights into what you're seeing happening in their industry because, again, shows you're really relevant. And also, one of the things for me is just thinking about those 5 key growth insights and your ability to create those connections out there, to be thinking about, making sure that we have really high energy, understanding the industries that we work in. Those are growth insights and really help you in terms of growing your business. And then lastly, what I did was talked about those scripts, and I gave you some scripting that I've used in my business. Now, I don't expect you to use those word for word, but what I'd like you to do is to be able to think about those scripts and to be able to help improve your pitching for new opportunities. And those scripts definitely work for me. So encourage you to work for that. But today, what I wanted to do is to give you 4 ways to create more opportunities. And I know as a speaker, one of the big assets that I've had in my business is the ability to hunt out more opportunity when I've needed to. And what I'd like you to do is just to think about these 4 things that really have helped me in my business, and certainly I hope will help you. The first one is 10 reasons why a client should use you. Now, this is one of the things that I'd like you to do is just to get a piece of paper out, 1 to 10 down the left-hand side, and then just write down reasons why customers should be using you in their business. What are the things that you are going to bring? What is the topics? What do you know really, the content that you bring, but also the energy, the push the drive to change results, the ones to dig down and have those conversations, I want you to write 10, a list of 10. And it's really good to get quite specific about those 10 reasons, because then it's a really great way to use those when we're having conversations with a client. So, for example, if one of mine is brings great energy in the room. So, one of the things that I go is, customers want someone to make an impact. They want energy and they want someone to lift the expectation in the business. So I go, energy is really important. So the way that I do that is to make sure that I am very on point and full of energy when I create those first engagements with a customer. They know that they're talking to someone who's interested, who's leaning forward and wanting to help and create that conversation. So just get a piece of paper, 10 reasons why a customer should use you, and then start to think about how you can emphasize those in your communication. The second one is just getting yourself a piece of paper and just going, what are the 5 insights that you have to change the result in somebody's business? Now, this one really resonated with me because I started to work out in my early days that actually customers were wanting to book me to change their result. Yes, it was great as it was entertaining. Yes, it was great that people, got a good, some insights into their training or development of their business within the business. But actually, what they're wanting is how to change the result in the business. So what I'd like you to do is to think about your content, your material. How will it help a customer change the result in their business? And get quite specific. So one of the things that I do is I say to my clients that I'll help your team be accountable. And what that means is we'll set some requirements from the session that they're going to complete over the next week, 2 weeks, month. And then at the end of that month period, I'll jump on a Zoom call or I'll jump on a phone call with the team and just get each person to go through their list. What did they say they were going to do versus what they've done? Now, to have an external person to the business be able to provide that level of accountability is a brilliant way of showing your value to a customer. So I just encourage you really to be thinking about that. Another good way to change the result in the business that you're working in is maybe provide the checklists or the structures that you can bring to a business. So when I'm working with the team, these are the things that we're going to do. We've decided that this is the list of things we're going to do over the next 4 weeks. And this is the structure we're going to follow. By providing that value, the business that you're working with is going to get some real tangible change in their results. And it really resonates with businesses that you're bringing a sense of systems and processes and structure and accountability, because that actually helps justify the value of our fee. So again, really important for us to be thinking about that. The third one is top of sector. Now, what I want you to do is just to grab another piece of paper right across the top of it, top of sector. So have a think about all the people that work in the industry sectors that you like to work in, and think about the people that are the very best in the game at that particular industry. So whether it's transportation, whether it's the real estate industry, financial services, whether it's small businesses, small shops, retail, whatever it is, who's the best at that particular industry sector? Then go and have a meeting with them. Just ring them up and say, look, I've seen you've been really successful. You're doing an amazing job in the marketplace. I recognize how much you are putting into your business and how the success is growing. What I'd like to do is spend 15 to 20 minutes, if you have time, to be able to have a conversation about what you've done to create that success. I work with lots of businesses that are high performance, and high performing businesses always like to share good insights. So be able to spend 15 to 20 minutes just to understand what you've done and how you've done it. And then I may be able to share some insights that I'm noticing in the industry with you as well. Those opportunities to connect with high performers or people that are successful will really help you develop your content. It's not about getting a booking. It's just about having a conversation with somebody that's really at the top of their game to help us learn and to help us make sure that the content that we're delivering is really going to create a result for our clients. Because as soon as we get that happening, we become more and more valuable in our industry sectors. So having conversations with 4 or 5 really high performers in industry sectors that you work in, have some conversations with them, build some connection with them, do it on a regular basis, because boy, it really helps us change the result. All right, the last one is simply this. I would like you to think about over the next 3 or 4 weeks is to develop your own profile booklet. So I've got this profile booklet that has a bit of an outline of who I am, what I do, um, also some of the different types of work that I do, and then also some of the models that I use, and then finally some of the testimonials from my clients. Now, this is something here that I use all the time. It is a really great way of me showing the value that I bring to my clients. And because it is a high quality document, it's very professional, it really sets the standard of where you sit in the marketplace and also the quality of your service. So, what I'd like you to do over the next 3 or 4 weeks is to have a go at putting one together, draft it up, and to be able to create an outline of what you want it to say. Now, I'm going to offer you this. Because you've watched the video, I'm going to say to you simply this. If you put this document together, so I don't want just a handwritten scribble, I want a document that's getting towards its final draft. I am happy for you to be able to send me a copy. I will critique it for you and I will send it back with some suggestions if required. It might be perfect and that'll be the thumbs up, but also if I can provide some insights or some value to improve your profile document and to make you obtain more business in your marketplace, I'd actually love to do that. So that is my offer to you, Darren at darrenpratley.com. Please have a think about that content because I know it's really changed my life and it's certainly changed my business. It's been able to build a business now that is really self-propelling and it really moves in a really strong way with a great network of clients and some new clients added to that all the time. So I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity to speak at the PSA India Conference. I am absolutely 100% committed to helping and supporting anyone in the association in terms of the development of their business and looking forward to keeping in touch. So thank you so much once again and looking forward to catching up with you again sometime soon. Cheers.